Hey guys, it's Lady Raven, the Wild Witch, and welcome to Tea Time. I want to apologize for getting to Tea Time today a little bit later, but this has been kind of a crazy week. I'm sure everybody's having that same issue. So today for Tea Time, and literally this is the first part of my day that I've been able to actually sit down and have a cup of tea, which has been kind of crazy. So today I'm having the cranberry orange tea, and you can purchase this at my store. What I like about this tea is it's got Rooibos in it, which is good for your, heart and things like that. And it's also got that fruity flavor. So when you need something a little sweet at the end of the day, it really helps out. So that's our tea for today. And also, I want to show you guys, this is my little tea steeper. I don't know if you can see, I'm making a mess, but it's a little llama. And my beautiful friend, Crystal, gave that to me as a gift, and I will post a link to her practice down in the comments. She is the owner and doctor over at Phoenix Moon Acupuncture and Wellness. So I'm going to post a link to her website. She's fantastic. So anyway, so getting to talk about today's topic. So in today's topic, one of the things I wanted to talk about is the manifestation. So I have a lot of people that come into the shop and they say, well, they have this list of things and I have to cast a spell to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. And if a lot of times they're using products and herbs and things that they don't know what it does. They just know that it's part of their list and that's what they're going to do. So I wanted to go take a step back and let's look at, when you cast a spell, what exactly are you doing and how are you making that spell work? So are the herbs really important because they're super powerful, or how does that actually happen? If you can't get one specific herb, are you going to be completely screwed and not be able to do your spell? So if you think about it, the magic, the way that we normally see it, Hollywood, really only happens in Hollywood. So when you're looking at magic in the real world, when we're looking at how we do things as practitioners, we're looking at physics. Everything in magic always goes back to physics, right? So if you look at physics, says that energy and matter are basically one and the same. They're just vibrating at different speeds. So energy can be converted to matter, matter can be converted into energy. So it kind of goes back and forth. And if you look back at Hermetic teachings, one of the things that they talk about is that matter and energy are the same because they're the same vibration, they're same wavelengths, different vibrational lengths in that same polarity. So if you have something that's vibrating very slowly, it's physical, it's matter, you can touch it, right? So your physical body is at that bottom end of the slow vibration, not low, slow vibration. And then if you are vibrating, something's vibrating really high, or really fast, then it is on that spiritual, something that you can't actually touch and feel. So it's your mental body, your spiritual body, all of that vibrates on that very fast vibration level. So then the slower the vibration goes, the more solid something becomes. So I think from there you can start to begin to see, how does magic, what's the physics of it, right? So the physics of it basically means that you've got something happening. When we cast a spell, we are going to try to change that high vibration or that fast vibration. We're going to try to change the way that it vibrates to be more in line with whatever it is that we're trying to do. And once we do that, once that vibration slows down enough to manifest, it'll manifest that change that we want to see, because we changed the vibration when it was very, very high. So there's a lot of things that go into changing that. So we use herbs, we use colors, we use candles, but really the most important part that you have is your own willpower. Your willpower is probably the fastest vibration that you have, that you can actually have control over. So when you decide that you want to do something, this is kind of why people talk about laws of attraction, power of positivity. You think positive things happen. Why? Because in your willpower, you're changing that vibration to make it different than what it is right now, so that when it slows to manifest, it's going to manifest the change that you actually made. So it's kind of a very interesting correlation that goes between those two items. So does it mean that you have to use that one specific herb? No, it does not. So what's important to understand is, what am I trying to achieve? and what are the ingredients in my list that I'm trying to use in my ceremony and my spell work. What are those ingredients trying to achieve in order to get to my goal of what I'm trying to do? Sorry, I'm thirsty. So those are some of the things that we generally consider. So color, for example, it's a very fast way to change vibration. Why? Each color that we see is vibrating at a different rate. And so that in itself already is a very quick and fast vibrational shift that ends up happening without you really having to do much with it. And then if you think about, animals, and you think about plants, when you bring those into your work, those are going to have vibrations of their own. So they're going to add their vibration to whatever work that you're trying to do. So if you're trying to achieve something and you say, okay, I'm going to bring this color, I'm going to bring this scent, I'm going to bring this herb, I'm going to bring this animal spirit, I'm going to bring all of these things. And when I put all of these things together through my own willpower, it's going to help me to take that vibration and shift it from where it is right now to something different, so that then it can eventually manifest in the way that I want it to manifest. So it does not mean that you can take an herb and, do something with this herb, and this herb is magically going to do that. No, it's a part of a process. So the herb combined with your willpower, combined with what it is that you're trying to do, is going to eventually manifest to make that happen. But the herb by itself is just kind of chilling there in its vibration, right? Imagine it's the same thing as you. If you're sitting home watching TV, you're just kind of chilling there in your vibration. You're not doing anything. And then somebody says to you, hey, let's go to the movies. And then you get up and you go to the movies. Now you've actually done something. But just having you there by yourself, just chilling, is not really going to do anything. There needs to be intent. There needs to be something else that goes beyond that, that's going to take that vibration and move it into wherever it is that you want it to move to. So don't, if you have a spell that you're trying to cast and you have it from a book, they bring things from the internet, they bring all kinds of stuff into the shop, and they go, oh, I have to do it exactly as it says. You really don't. You have to understand what is the alchemy that I'm trying to achieve in order to do that vibrational change, to manifest that end result that I'm trying to manifest. And so you can always do substitutions, and I always recommend that you don't work with herbs that you're not familiar with. And the reason for that is some of these herbs, they're going to have a vibration that's really not going to resonate with you. So when you use an herb you're not familiar with and that vibration doesn't resonate with you, what's going to happen? It's not going to help you to get to where you're going to be going. It's going to hinder you from getting there. So always make sure that what you're using, there's going to be a vibrational match between you and that herb. And the other thing also is for herbs that grow naturally in certain locations. The reason why those herbs grow in that location, it's because the vibrational area and the climate and everything in that area is conducive to that plant succeeding. So if you're trying to be here, let's say in South Carolina where I am, and I'm trying to use a Chinese herb in order to cast my spell, if I have a real strong affinity with that herb, then yes, where I'm located in South Carolina, that's not going to matter. Me and that herb, we're tight. We're like this, right? So I'm going to do my spell. I'm going to use that herb. It's going to help me. But if I don't have a tight connection with that herb, I'm going to bring that herb into a place that's not even local to it. I'm bringing this herb into here, so the location isn't really helping me all that much. And then I'm trying to do some work. Now I'm trying to move that vibration of the work that I'm trying to manifest. And that herb is kind of a wild card in there. I don't know how it interacts with me and how I'm going to interact with it. So my recommendation is to always make sure that if you can use a spell from the internet or from a book or from anything like that, but don't bring into your work anything that you're not familiar with. Make substitutions and say, hey, I can take, and you can do the substitutions really easily if you look at the correspondence tables, right? So you have an herb that's like, air, mercury, and maybe that herb you're not familiar with, but then you've got a different one. I got this herb here that's air, mercury too, and I have a relationship with that herb. You can substitute those. They're going to have the same energy as you substitute them into your work, and now you're working with an herb that you actually have a resonance with, you connect with. So, and the same thing happens with crystals. Crystals are going to have their own vibrations. Everything has a vibration. And that is why we bring all of these things together to help us to make changes in vibrations in order to manifest different things that we want to see in our lives. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And I hope that I wish you much luck in all of the spells that you cast. Keep an eye on your vibration so that you can manifest all of the things in your life that you actually want to manifest. And drink tea. All right, guys. Bye-bye.